a good week? No one had a good week? Okay, let's pray before we start. Dear Lord, thank you. Thank you for us able to come to worship you. May your Spirit be with me. Every word touched by your Spirit. Give us a heart to listen. Every passage on the screen is your word. Do not let anyone despise it. And may your word speak to everyone. And we can gain the life and the power and get better knowing you. And so we may live as a light and the salt in the world. Pray in Jesus' name. It's Mother's Day again. I cannot believe that. Last year I preached on the same day, Mother's Day. Do you remember what I preached? That's sad. Of course. You know, I played a video, so that's why I have to pray before the sermon today, because you have to listen. Next time I'm going to ask you again. You know, last time, remember, I played a video, the toughest job in the world. Anyone remembered it? Okay, good. I like that. So the toughest job in the world is what? Is mama's job. And I remember on that clips, there's a what do you call the survey actually. The person made a job description to, you know, send out officially. They did not tell them before, but then they describe the work, the job description to the candidates. The job candidate, they try to find a job, and they just make a long list. You know, you have to stand, and you have to be available 24 hours. You have to, you know, work and without pay. And at the end, when mom is reviewed for that role, and everyone, wow, suddenly, they realize how precious it is to be as a mom, and immediately people say, I'm going to call my mom immediately. So today is Mom's Day again, and let's together have some meditation on this first commandment with a promise. And this commandment is not only the first commandment, actually it's the only promise in the Bible, and not only commandment with a promise, and which being stated here in Efficiency. Efficiency is a book basically to describe the church, the life in the church. And here, what Paul said, children, obey your parents in the law, for this is right. And then he quote, honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Where it is been quoted? Quoted from where? The 10 Commandments, right? What are the 10 Commandments? Let's recite it together. First one. Second one. Okay. All right. I think we need to tell the children ministry so they're gonna reinforce this when you guys are young. So the first one is you should not have other gods. Okay, we have 10 commandments which God have had the Israel they had to follow. You shall have no other God before me. You shall not make for yourself an image of any kind. And then you shall not misuse the name of God. And remember Sabbath day by keeping it holy. The first 4 commandments deal with our relationship with God. And the next 6 deal with our relationship with each other. And what is the first one in the next 6? is honor your father and mother. Is honor your father and mother. Do you realize why it starts here? See, honor your father and your mother, and then say you shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, and you shall not steal. All those are relationship with neighbors, with each other. But it starts with what? Mother and father, and they together. Not only father, remember in ancient time, mother, even in the, if you make a name in anywhere mentioned in Israel history, genealogy, there's no, almost rarely mentioned about, when they count the numbers, they count only what? Only brothers, only men. But here, once we talk about their relationship with others, the first one is honor your father and mother. Mother and father, they together. And mother and father, what is present? It's present your life in family. There's a big assumption here. Everyone should have a mother and a father. I don't think that's a problem, right? So everything here is, you assume you have father and mother. Here what it is revealed is a family, is an image of family. And honor your father and mother is your relationship. Children and their parents. And that is the first thing. God wants everyone for His kingdom to remember and keep. Because that is the foundation of the civilization. And that is the foundation. Family life is the foundation of the civilization. And then what is the promise? The promise that your days may be prolonged. You get a long life. And on top of that it may go well with you on the land which the Lord God gives you. What does this mean? It may go well with you on the land which the Lord, your God, gave you. This indicates not only you have a good life, longer life, but if you keep this commandment, your relationship with whatever around you will be good. This is how you live, actually, right? How you live. Why it's better? Because once you do this, everything here be guaranteed. This is a foundation. Okay. And then why this is the only commandment with the promise? Because this is a foundation. The bridge, the will of God, being educated, exercised as the unit, which is the family, where we live, where our life gets started. And then through there, we will be able to live what God promised. The land, on the land, He promised everything. That's why it is so important. It is why it's so important. And if you do not do that, what is it? Exactly, it's a curse. Where is it? In Leviticus, let me read it for you. Each of you must respect your mother and father, and you must observe my Sabbaths. I am the Lord of your God. Because simply, everything mentioned in the Ten Commandments is based on the knowledge that I am the Lord. I am the Lord. Here it mentioned honor. So, what does honor mean? Let's think about honor, because today we're going to focus on this. Honor. Honor your parents. How do we understand honor? What do you think about honor? Take a pride. Okay, you take a pride because you think they are good, right? So you, okay, what else? Amber, what is it? Honor, let's think about honor. You honor someone when you think about a person, a student on the honor roll, right? We use honor a lot. It's very often as a speaker, or when we do that, is say, I am honored. Honor is we say what? Tim Keller has a description on this. Honor is a decision to treat your parents with respect and with courtesy. It is also a decision to provide care and seek their best interest. First is respect. First is respect, and then courtesy. And on top of that, there's action. How we treat people. You know, the first is attitude. First two, respect, courtesy. But then, once in the action, you provide and what? Seek their best interest. Seek their best interest. Honor someone is important, and if you look at the honor in the scripture, several places mentioned it, you're going to realize respect people, submit people, seeking their interest, how important it is. And many of them, when they describe this relationship, what they use? They use relationship in the family. In Timothy faith, chapter 5, do not rebuke an older man harshly, but exhort him as if he were your father. This is how we treat older people. Treat younger men as brothers, older women as mothers, younger women as sisters, with absolute purity. So here, when Paul wants to tell Timothy how the congregation should work the relationship with each other, how he explain? Explain with the relationship within the family. There is a big assumption. Everyone should have a family to live, should be educated in a family. Did you see that? Everyone here is compared with family. How do we treat younger men as brothers, sisters? So that's why sometimes it's difficult for people to understand this relationship because they don't have sisters. They don't have brothers. They don't have brothers. And sometimes we don't know how to deal with each other because we don't know how to deal with our parents. See, that's why it is important, because without this, the whole community won't have a clue how to work together. Right? That's why it's important that, what else? Show proper respect. The other versions, this is NIV, the other version is just the same, honor to everyone. Love the families of believers. Fear the God, honor the emperor. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. Honor one another above yourself. Did you see how honor is important? Where do we learn honor? At home. That's why honor your parents is the first thing we have to learn. That's the first commandment in all the commandments which deal with people. Okay. And there's a more. Slaves, in reverent fear of God, submit yourself to your masters, not only to those who are good and considerate, but also to those who are harsh. Honor them. Submit. Not only the good one, but also the harsh one. And there are more. Let everyone be subject to governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authority that exists has been established by God. Everything. So this is talking about the authority. The first authority coming from where? Family, parents, and children. Parents. There are several authorities in the Bible mentioned. The first one is parent. You have to listen, obey, right? Obey. The second, husband at home, in the family. Husband is the head, submit to your husband. Straightforward. Third, government. Government. And then employer. Whoever, we saw that in the previous passage. Your master, employer. Fourth, church leader. Fifth section, church leaders. So those are the authority. If we do not know how to honor our parents, that is the first thing when we open our eyes. We are under the authority of our parents. That's why it is important. If we do not learn from there, we have nowhere to go for the rest of the authority. If we do not respect our parents, we will not be able to respect our husband. If we do not honor our parents, we will not be able to honor the government, the employers. We're going to say, okay, you're a bad one. I don't. And that's going to cause what? Trouble. Because all those authorities, whatever we related, we experienced, we lived in, is what? Is established by God. See here. The authorities have been established by God. That's why it is so important. Why we have to honor father and mother? Why? It's very simple, right? They give you life. Without them, without you. What is said in the song? For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Mama. Okay, where do you guys coming from? Where's your mom? Where are your mama? Look at them. God put you there in the womb for the 10 months. Okay. Knit me together. Look at this description. Knit me together. In mom's wombs. That's why mom play a more critical role in our life. The moment God put us there, everything matters looks like all related to mama. If mama gets sick during the pregnancy, and very likely you're going to get discarriage, right? Miscarriage. All the things, we have all the concerns, We have to make mama be healthy, and then all the others feel probably peaceful. If anything happened to a pregnant mama in the pregnancy, we're going to feel what? We're going to feel uncertain. What's going to be? So that's why when Arthur being, we conceive Arthur, have Arthur, we know he's there, and then we have to get rid of the cat because we don't want anything virus or being transmitted through mom, even in the pregnancy. And sometimes what is called English called 胎教. We have to make mom to listen music with the hope that in the future we get the baby musician. That works? And we do this for animal, right? I mean, sometimes in the animal you want to have a good mode, you have to, or healthy, do you play music or make some environment better for the pregnant moms, animal moms? The same for human. You know, you have to exercise, eating good food, right? Those are only things special for mom. Daddy will not be able to help after we put God seed there. You know, so that's why it's so special for mom. And you guys, the food come provided by mom. The first food. You know, everything. That's called so they give us life, and then what? Why we need to honor them? Because they made us special. Everyone only have one pair of the chromosome, right? One set. Those are coming from only your parents. So that's why your parents are so critical to you. They give you everything you need to develop. And the only thing, the thing very special, because no one else gonna have that set. That's why brothers, siblings are so closely related. If I'm not your father, you don't have my gene. And everyone is so different because they have different parents. That's special. And why do we honor our parents? Because they are not perfect. Every commandment one God mentioned in the Bible, there's a reason. First, He wants us to do. Second, we don't do it. You know, when we read the letters, Paul, you know, all those things mentioned by Paul, it is because there's a problem there. It is the same thing here, because men do not respect or honor their parents. If we do, God will not mention at all. Like we like to eat, God never say you eat. We know how to do it, we do it well. The only thing is, if we cannot do it and God knows you have to do it, and then He mentioned it. Why we do not respect? Because our parents are human, are sinners. Normally we honor people we think they are good and perfect, give them respect. However, the parents is the same as us. They are sinners. So when we know them better, then we get know them better, know them not perfect. Sometimes that's why teenagers, even adults, despise their parents because a certain area they just don't seem worthy to be honored. And then God said, no, you have to honor them. And on the other hand, because of our own pride and the rebellion, even a teenage or at the childhood, we start to rebel, do not follow. So that's why God said you have to obey, you have to honor your parents. Okay, how do we honor our parents? How? The first thing is, what do you in your mind? How do we honor our parents? James, how do you honor your parents? You do what they say. Is that what you do? That's great. It's obey. You know, the first thing is obey. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. And then he quote. The children, Ephesians here, what is mentioned is a little children. So children, obey. Obey. Why obey is important? Because our lives are always under authority. If we do not learn how to obey, we're going to have huge difficulty in our life. You just cannot move. That's why obey is so important. I've mentioned to you the authorities mentioned in the Bible. And those are the things in our daily life. If we do not how to obey, and we have to obey all of them sometimes. You cannot pick up. You cannot only pick up to obey your parents, do not obey the rules in the school. Where do you learn to obey? Only, the first place is from parents. I saw Justin, moments ago. Mama said, "You go." And on the fire, just go. That's nice. That's nice. Even I don't think he's willing to go. He's shy sometimes. Are you shy enough? But you see these things. James, these are, I think many of the kids here have a very good quality in obeying. As you see how they honor their parents. And those are the things you honor your parents and you learn from your house. You learn our house. Learn how to submit. Parents normally know the best for the kids, even though they are bad for themselves. Okay? Parents knows what is the best for the kids, even they are not good at it by themselves. Many people, if you listen to some testimony, the sharing from the people in my age or any age, some parents, adults, they commit crime. All during their younger age, they do not study hard. They just play for, not serious with their life. But when they talk to their children, do you know what they talk? No one gonna say, do the things I do, freely live. No. Most of them, even they do not do it well. They're gonna ask you, go to school, listen to your teacher. Look at my life. And people do not come to church. They're going to send their children to the church. People do not read the Bible. They ask their children to read the Bible. So that's why you have to listen to them. Do not follow them sometimes. Because they know, in Proverbs said, a wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not respond to rebukes. And also why you need to listen to them, because they know you the best. No one else should know you better than your parents. They know your weakness. They know what is good for you. And they know there's a calling, if they are Christian, from God to you. So they have to pass those things on to you. Okay. Listen to them. Obey them. And the second, how to honor them, respect. Why do we need to respect? Why do we need to respect? As we said, each of you must respect your mother and your father. I am the Lord. And you must. And in Hebrews said, moreover, we have all had human fathers who disciplines us, and we respected them for it. For what? For the discipline. For the discipline. We need to respect them. Why we need to respect? Why God need to emphasize on this? Because we do not respect them. As I mentioned, because they are sinner too. The reason we do not listen to them, because they are sinner too. The reason we do not listen to them, because they cannot do it as what they say. That's why sometimes we don't respect them, because you see, you are a liar. How can I follow you? But God said, whatever they said, try to listen. This is something, and respect. And respect. So often when we get into teenagers or we grow up, the knowledge being accumulated inside of us. We know better sometimes. And to see things, probably we are wiser also. Because consider a child, a teen, devoted to God's words. I guarantee he will be wiser than his parent if his parents deny God. In many, many things, many, many families. So in that case, how do you do that? Rolling eyes to their every, when you speak to them, when they make some wrong statement, some wrong, improper instructions, orders, no. Respect them with a heart full of appreciation, because whatever they do, when you look at them as a sinner, you have a heart of what? Compassion, Daddy, Mom, I need to pray for you, things, but on the other hand, we respect them. Because simply God said that. Simply God said that. And here what you show is respect them for it, and how much we submit. Respect immediately work with submission. When you respect whatever they say. I think when you read this in the Proverbs, this is a very, very nice description on how the children relationship with their parents. Let me read it. My son, keep your father's command, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always on your heart, fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For this command is a lamp. This teaching is a light. And the correction and the instruction are the way to life. Correction, instruction are the way to life. Are the way to life. So that's why we need to respect them. We need to respect them. And then how to honor. We need to appreciate their life, effort. Do not despise your mother when she is old. This is pretty much saying to anyone, appreciate. Do not despise. Why do we despise? Why God mentioned? Because we do despise older men. The way they out of date, very often when you talk to people younger than you, 10 years old, you already feel the gap. That's why we have difficulties in communicating with teens. The parent here is kind of struggled because the pastoring here probably not be able to fulfill the need of your life because of the gap. And those sometimes cause despise, because you don't understand. That's probably from the teens when they look at parents. You don't understand this. That's old. That's old fashioned homework. You have to be able to recognize those things you need to appreciate. I think the first thing is you need to appreciate is their effort to raise you. How easy, how difficult to raise a child. Do you guys know how difficult to raise a child? Since you guys born, the first day, from then on, every moment, anything happened to you, it's all, what should I say? Everything all gonna be make your parents, the heart of your parents, being trembled, follow you. And everything in their mind, they're gonna decide how gonna make you to make the next step. Everything. How you grow, your mood, physical health, spiritual growth. That's why sometimes when we look at the babies in the bed, small ones in the diaper, we thought, why is it so difficult? Oh, you have to change. And then when they grow up, they can walk. Wow, this is more difficult because they have to run everywhere. We have to follow them. And they are so small, we have to lower our back and hold their hand. And then they grow bigger. We thought, okay, they can walk now. Then we probably be able to release a little bit. No, emotionally, they get emotion problem, even harder. Before you feed them is good. Now you have to provide all the friendship. You have to provide, whatever they. My Angela now start to pick up friends. She knows who she likes, she loves. I don't worry about whoever loves her. I worry about those who she cares. Because I cannot guarantee if the one she cares will care about her. That's the hard. She's not happy, I cannot do anything. Then every parent's like that. So when you go to college, even you thought it's better? No, because they are not around. Every time we think about them, our heart gets intense because what's going on over there? Who's gonna be with them? Into marriage, even worse. That's a lifetime decision. If they made a right decision, that's okay. And we know even a right decision in the marriage, you have to battle it. Can they really fight through? Endless. Nothing easy for parents. You have to appreciate the effort. And it's not cheap to raise a child now. All the money they spend, once they compare the person without children, the family without children and with children. Look at their parents' life. How luxury the parents without children. They have all the money. How about you guys? Look at your parents. Count their shoes. Count the shoe. Okay, how many shoes they have? How good their clothes are. Count them. Go to grocery store. They look at all the coupons sometimes, right? Even those because expense, very expensive. And the parents put the best for their children. Give all the best. I only have 2 pair of these shoes. This one I bought almost 10 years. The other one went off, that's it. I don't need much. But I saw Yo-Yo and Arthur's shoes. Whoa. I just pick out the one left over and keep wearing it. But that's life, and when we do that, we really feel to fulfill the responsibility. You guys know how much your parents, even they hate piano, they're gonna bring you to piano class. And with them, how hard they want to get up earlier, but they get up earlier whenever you need it. This is effort. You have to recognize it, and this has spent in you, they invested in your life. If you do not appreciate that, that's insane, right? And there's a description on man's life cycle. 4 stages of life. First, you believe in Santa Claus. Second, you don't believe in Santa Claus. Third, you are Santa Claus. Fourth, you look like Santa Claus. By the description, you see the gray hair on your parents. Okay, you see the gray hair on your parents and the less hair on man's head, on your parents, you know? That's their effort. You have to appreciate them. What next? How to honor them? You honor them with provide their needs. Okay. But if a widow, look at this, if a widow has children or grandchildren, they should learn first. The children should learn first of all to put their religion into practice by carrying their own family. We as children has responsibility to taking care of our parents. This is the first of all you have to learn. First of all about your religion. To what? Into practice by carrying their own family. Also repay their parents and grandparents. Parents and grandparents, whoever living there. Respect them, provide, okay? This is a provide, taking care of them. How to taking care of them? How to taking care of them? Taking care of them, you have to be available. Make yourself be available. And you have to know their needs. And you have to seek their interest. Okay. There's a lot of things we need to think because they have paid their life. The whole life. For us. And we need to repay. And this is pleasing to God. So everything guide to God. Because every time God mentions this, He's going to immediately bring everyone. This is my commandment. Okay. Now pause, not every. This is mine. That's why you need to do it. Who is speaking to us? This is God. And what else? Treat younger men as brothers, older men as mothers, younger men. Give proper recognition to those widows who are really in need. This will talk about the elder mom, the older moms in church. So the widows here in our church, if there's no children, if they don't have children, we need to take care of them. First Timothy is talking about the church life and how to do ministry in church. And this is how it works at the beginning. We are relative. Look at them as mothers. Look at yourself. Look at the wrong. Do you see any older woman as your mother? One way to think about that, I think the culture and many Christian studies, there's a worry or concern is because of the destruction of the family value in America. Here, what being encouraged is separation. Separation from your family. We treat each other equally. We call each other's name. We call elders with almost name, Jeff, right? Jeff, Kevin. But do you know last time when Alex called Uncle Kevin, it's so different. Immediately bring a picture of family. Right? That's why I think in the church we should have that kind of culture when we look at each other. Because if you talk to your father or mother, I believe many of you are going to mention other adults will say 叔叔阿姨 instead of the name. Because it's really a different, because when you mention it, it's also bring the responsibility, the reminder to the person you called, you interact. Think about the uncle and the relationship. Aunt, you have an aunt, you have an uncle, right? You have a godfather sometimes. Those relationships we should not discard because God already put there. When Eddie was wrong, so little, we already know him. Jessica, right? Justin, was. We just hold him, but Yo-Yo when he was young, many of the adults just hold them when they grow. Physical touch, how many people can touch you with that way? In your life, how close? If you realize the value of that, you're going to appreciate it. You're going to appreciate it. And while you're getting older, you're going to realize. You're going to more appreciate. Because when I was young, the same thing. I tried, a certain time, I'm trying to stay away from my parents because even, when I get into middle school, the first year, my mom, she went to school without letting me know. And at that time, we have a study session in the night. Every night we still go to school and study. All the windows are dark. Suddenly, my mom's face showed up there with a big smiling. Everyone look at the window. Now look at me. Kind of embarrassing, Hello. But that changes when you're getting older. When you have your own children. When you know how much you want to be appreciated, when your presence is an honor to your children instead of embarrassing. We need to provide. They getting older, happiness. And if you do not, look at this, anyone who does not provide for your relatives, and especially for their own husband, has denied the faith and is worse than the unbeliever. It's worse than unbeliever. See how hard it is. That's why we need to learn how to honor our father and mother. It's Mother's Day. Give your mom a hug, a kiss, a thank notes, and in your heart try to find or remind yourself all the things they have done to you, they have done for you, and they will do for you. And really know, and this is where you're going to start for your whole life. It's not something simple to do it. If you do it well and you really know how to do it, you're going to be blessed, huge. And then you know how to work with others. And then you land God promised you. And let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for the time we spent together to listen to your words. May the passage on the screen speak to us. We know they are precious, and we know that this moment, Mother's Day, is a season you want to remind us your plan in the family, your plan to everyone through their family, their parents, and the same way they're going to do to their children. Thank you. Pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Brother Wu's message. And happy Mother's Day.